Recently, we were going through some of our recipes on our website and we realized we don't have a video for one of our favorite recipes.
So today, here it is, our recipe for bacon cheeseburger casserole. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're gonna find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way every single time we make a delicious recipe, you'll be alerted to it.
So like we said in the intro, recently we were going through our website and we realized we don't have a video for one of our favorite recipes. I'm sure it shows up in a vlog somewhere, but there's no dedicated video. And this is something that we used to make all the time and we still occasionally make, and I could not believe we don't have a video for it.
I know, it is so delicious. It's a crowd pleaser. I've never served it to anybody and they not love it. It freezes really well. So I mean, just this is a great recipe.
And the thing is people ask us all the time, like, how do you meal prep for keto? Like, what are some things that you can do? And we found casseroles are one of the best ways. And for a lot of different reasons. It serves a whole bunch of people. It tastes delicious. And you can get a lot of the different keto macros that you may be looking for, like getting your protein, getting your fats, getting everything in there together. And anybody will eat it even if they're not keto.
Oh, absolutely. Because if it's a casserole presented to you, you're not questioning it too much. You're just eating it. That's an easy transition for a lot of families from a carb-fueled life to a fat-fueled life.
So today we're gonna make bacon cheeseburger casserole. And you may be wondering, what is that? It basically tastes like a McDonald's cheeseburger.
It's really good.
You ready? Mm-hmm. So let's go over everything that we're going to need. It's gonna look like we have a whole bunch of ingredients, but it's really not as bad as it may look as we line them up. They just, all these different like ingredients and flavors come together to create just a delicious casserole. So obviously, bacon cheeseburger, first thing we're gonna need is some ground beef.
Right.
We're going to need some cheese.
Yes.
Because bacon cheeseburger.
Hello.
We're going to need some bacon, and we have already actually gone and chopped it up because you need chopped up cooked bacon. So you're gonna need some bacon.
Oh.
Then, okay, what would go on a bacon cheeseburger? You got pickles.
Pickles.
You got ketchup, sugar-free ketchup, of course. Mustard. Then, what else do we need? We need some garlic. Mm-hmm. We need some Redmond real salt. Any kind of salt, but we like Redmond. We need some pepper.
Pepper.
We need some eggs.
3 of them to be exact.
We need some heavy cream. And then we need some cream cheese. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is brown up the ground beef. And I did forget to mention that this is a really easy recipe to make.
How easy is it?
It is so easy that even Rachel could make it.
This is a delicious recipe that's easy for Rachel to make.
As a matter of fact, Rachel has made it lots of times. Okay, so we're gonna brown up our ground beef. And by the way, the link for this recipe is down below. It is on our website. So we're not gonna go over necessarily all the amounts of ingredients, just follow along on the recipe. Now we're gonna be using very lean ground beef because it came from the cow we bought. So I'm just gonna put like a little spoon of some bacon grease in here. That'll just help add a little bit of fat into it, but more importantly, it'll help with browning up that ground beef. So in our pan, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our onion and we're gonna add our garlic. And then we're gonna add our ground beef. And all we wanna do here is just brown up the ground beef, get everything mixed in. You're gonna have to take the ground beef, I'll let you do this.
Okay.
We'll have to take the ground beef, and as it's cooking, you're just gonna brown it up. You wanna cook it all the way through and chop it up into little pieces. I like to have little chunks, so it's not just like mush, but you also don't want to have these big like quarter-pound chunks because then everybody's not going to get ground beef. Okay, now that all of our ground beef is completely cooked, we're going to go ahead and add in our pepper. our salt. And we're gonna add our cream cheese. Now, I find with the cream cheese, it will melt better if you put it into little chunks, because then you don't have to break down the whole brick at once. So I just kind of break it up into little chunks and then mix them around. And what we're gonna do here is basically get all of the cream cheese to melt so that we have like a nice mixture in there. As our cream cheese is melting down, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our sugar-free ketchup.
This stuff is good.
And there's a lot of different brands out there. There's the G. Hughes brand, there's a Primal Kitchen brand. We buy whatever we can find on sale most of the time. We have a link down below for Primal Kitchen. And then we will also get this True Made brand, which we find in Walmart, Sprouts, things like that. And they're putting a whole bunch of different vegetables in there. And that kind of makes it so that you don't need to have the sugar.
Anthony really enjoys it. He says it tastes more like a steakhouse bistro ketchup.
Okay. And then we're also gonna add in our mustard. And it's funny because coming from New York when I was growing up, we never had mustard on burgers.
Did you not?
No, as a matter of fact, when I was growing up, I don't know if they've changed this since, but McDonald's didn't put mustard on their burgers in New York. So when I came down here, you would have to tell them, like, I want a cheeseburger New York style, because in New York back then, again, I don't know if they still do that, but they never added mustard on the burgers at McDonald's. So after your cream cheese is all melted, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your bacon and you're gonna go ahead and mix that in. And you wanna reserve a little bit of bacon so that you can sprinkle it along the top. So you don't need to have a lot, just a little bit to kind of have like a garnish along the top. So now that everything is all mixed, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna put it into a casserole dish. So if you wanna take that, I'll move over the hot plate, just hold that up. We're gonna take our casserole dish and we're gonna just put everything right into the casserole dish. And now what you wanna do is just spread everything evenly, and then we can put that off to the side for a second. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a bowl and then we're gonna have our eggs in there and we're gonna add into that our cheese. Now you'll see in the recipe, the cheese is divided. You need to leave, again, a little bit for the top, but we have most of our cheese right here. And then we're gonna put our heavy cream in there. And I know someone's gonna ask, do I have to use heavy cream? The heavy cream is what makes the casserole. If you can find something that you can substitute with, you can go ahead and try it, but we honestly have not tried it with anything else. I also would not use half and half because half and half has a lot more sugar in it. Okay, that looks like it's nice and mixed. So now we're gonna take this and we're gonna put this off to the side. We're gonna pull back our casserole, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take this cheese mixture and pour it over the top of our ground beef mixture and just kind of spread it out. There's not gonna be a lot. If you want to have like a thicker casserole with more egg, you can absolutely do that, but we're just kind of looking, it's just gonna be like a layer up on top.
This is nice because it's not too eggy. I mean, we have breakfast casseroles with lots of eggs and they're delicious. However, I like this as more of a dinner or lunch casserole.
Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take pickles and we're gonna make a nice layer of pickles across the entire top of the casserole. Now you'll see in the recipe calls for 10 pickles. You can use more.
Oh, of course.
You know, just put as many pickles you want. You see, we're just gonna cover the entire top, and if it means it's 15 pickles, who cares? They're pickles, and pickles are delicious.
So is pickle juice.
Now what we're gonna do is take the remaining cheese and we're gonna sprinkle it across the top to have even more. And then we're gonna take the rest of our bacon and just kind of sprinkle it across the top as like a little bit of a garnish.
It makes a really nice presentation at a potluck.
Now again, when you look in the recipe, it's gonna say 4 slices of bacon. Feel free to use a lot more bacon if you want to.
Bacon it up.
Okay, now it's super simple. For the most part, this is cooked already. We just have to worry about the eggs, and that's gonna cook really quick. We're gonna take this, we're gonna put it into our oven at 350 degrees, which by the way, you should have preheated already, until the egg sets and all of the cheese is melty. I'm looking for like a little bit of like a golden brown crust on top. So I want to be able to look at it and go, that cheese is melted.
Oh my gosh, this looks so delicious. Look at that.
That looks amazing.
Wait, we've got to pause for a picture.
Okay.
Oh,
I just want to eat now.
seriously, but you know what's gonna slow you down? It's bubbling. This thing's hot.
It is bubbling, and honestly, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit for a minute because as with most casseroles,
I gotta wait.
when you just let it sit just a little bit, it sets better because again, you've got some fat in there. You can see some of that fat bubbling up, but when you let it sit, it kind of gets a better hold, and then it's gonna be even better. We probably aren't going to let it sit as long as I normally would because Rachel wants to eat, but we will let it sit for just a minute. You don't want to wait.
Not 1 minute later.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and cut a piece out of here.
I was good. I waited a bunch for Rachel timing of waiting.
It was like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seems like forever. Tom Petty had it right. The waiting really is the hardest part.
Okay, so look at that. Look at that. And again, I mean, we've been waiting like less than 5 minutes. It's
Oh my
like letting your
gosh.
beef rest. Let's go ahead and put this off to the side.
Let your beef rest.
Taste test.
I have 2 forks and no sharing ability. No, I'm just kidding. A little for both of us. Now, I definitely want to make sure I get a pickle in mine.
Okay, well, there's one pickle over there and there's one pickle over here, but I'm gonna
Keep to your corner.
I'm gonna scoot some bacon over on my side.
Scoot your bacon.
It's gonna be hot.
It will be hot, so I'm gonna
I'm gonna hold off on the pickle.
I'm gonna go lightly because yeah, the pickle is what's gonna scorch you. Dink. This is traveling with us. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is freaking delicious.
It really does. It's freaky. It has the taste of everything you would find inside of like a McDonald's like quarter pounder with cheese and bacon.
Right. Oh, it's so good.
And then,
All right.
And then we're gonna add the pickle.
I'm gonna risk the pickle. I'm gonna dink it again. This is so good. We have to dink it again.
We have to double dink it.
Double dink. Dink.
Dink.
That made it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say you want to put even more pickles than we showed you because having a pickle in every bite, for me, if you're not a pickle person, then obviously this would not work. But I'm a pickle person, and having that with every bite is just next level.
Well, I'm gonna throw a little modification wrench into it.
Okay.
You could take some pickles, drain them, like get
Yes.
some of the juice out, chop it up, and then when you do your mixture with your beef,
Put it in there.
throw some pickle in there and then top it. So now you have some pickle in every bite of the ground beef. Then you have the layers of pickle on top, so you get all of, there's a lot you can do with this.
I am loving this. I'm gonna also, for me, I like to put it over like some shredded lettuce because I always liked that kind of like quarter pounder, you know, even the Big Mac, because
Right.
this is heading towards Big Mac. It's got a lot of nice flavor from the ketchup and the mustard.
We're gonna show our age.
Working hard.
McDLT.
Yes, keep them separated, right? Cold on the cold side, hot on the hot side.
Let us know down in the comment section if you make this. Have you made it in the past? What did you think? It actually turned out this was our pastor's favorite thing because at one point when they were ill, we had made them like meals for a month. And this was like, he's like, can you just bring that every single day?
This on replay.
Yeah, so if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over here. Also, make sure you take a look at the most recent videos I'm gonna put right over there.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way, subscribe to our channel, and click the little bell icon. And that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.